Hi everybody, it's Ethany and I'm here with my July overview, my July recap, and I am ready to share with you what has been going on in my witchy world for the month of July. And what a month, what a very, very busy month. I've got my coffee with my metal straw, and I'm ready to share with you what's been going on. Now, I have got a full table, as per usual, of stuff to share with you. So I would recommend that you grab yourself your favorite baby, and let's go through things. I've got tarot I've got decks to show you. I even have a video game to talk about, movies, some documentaries, books. I'm going to show you what I worked with a full moon, music. Oh my gosh, there's like a ton of, and some artwork that I've done. So yeah, lots of stuff. So let's get started. I keep everything in this little book so that I don't forget, and I write through it every month so that it's not something that I forget. So I'm going to start with the decks, I think. Yeah, let's do that first because I think a lot of people probably want that. As you know, as many of you know, I'm still not reading. Look, guys, I say guys in a general term. Look, magical people. I'm so close to finishing my manuscript. As soon as I finish my manuscript, I'm going to be opening up readings. So those of you who are on my wait list, it has just been nuts, running tarot summer school, having my son, having my little beautiful puppy, just life and trying to have a social life and having some balance. One of the things that I have to say is I have not been physically sick in a long bloody time, and that has to do with I reckon my sister for sure, and I'm intermittent fasting and I'm walking a ton with my puppy, so things have been good, but I've been trying very hard to keep things in balance because I tend to be a bit of a balls to the wall kind of person where I go 100% into something and then I end up sick. So what I would do is I'd stay up until 3 or 4 in the morning. I would write until that time, and I have done that a couple of times. When the moon was full, I couldn't sleep, so I kind of did that. But then I made up for it where I took a day off. But I'm nearly done. I'm nearly done this manuscript. So the way that my year is going to go, it's like manuscript finished, that goes off to the editor, and then the book gets mapped out. It's a new deck, and then readings, and then I start in a guidebook for another deck. So I'm very, very busy, as well as getting the second edition to the Awakened Soul Oracle done with Danny. I've got the Bad Bitches Tarot second edition, which is still giving me headaches. I'm now having nightmares about it. Honestly, I just want to fucking cry. There is so much coming down in the pipeline. It is super exciting. So I guess that was like a little bit of a roundabout way of saying I don't have a lot of decks to show you. So if you're here for that, then I'm sorry. It's probably going to be pretty boring. One deck that I did want to really share, and I did an unboxing of this, is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And I really, really love this deck. I have shared this deck in Oracle Wednesday. I have done an unboxing video of it. It is currently sitting on my altar, which is right there. I will do an altar tour one of these days. You have no idea, people, how many blog posts, podcasts, blog ideas, tarot spreads, all this stuff that I've got banked ready to go after Tarot Summer School. I just don't want to exhaust you all with how much content. Look at that world card. So as soon as I possibly can, you're going to get back to some more different content, I guess I want to say. I've been interviewing all the teachers for Tarot Summer School, which has also been amazing. But there's going to be a lot more. I love this deck so much. I think that Poppy has done an incredible, incredible, incredible job. And I adore the shit out of it. The back of it is just almost so beautiful. I want to tattoo it. It's just exquisite. So I am in love with this deck. It is so beautiful. I know that, more modern decks are not everyone's jam, but I think she's done an exquisite job. The cardstock is lovely. Everything is great. I've said in my unboxing, I actually don't mind the borders, because the borders, when you lay out the reading, and you have a look at the borders, you can get a very quick, clear idea of what elements are in play. So if there's like a lot of black, you know, there's a lot of the major arcana. If there's a lot of greens, there's a lot of pentacles. So you can get a very good idea of what element is predominant or what's missing and what's coming to play. And if for someone like me who is a witch and does a lot of elemental stuff, then that is a very important part of the deck for me. The next one I've been working on with is The Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jodie Bergsma, and I love her work. When I first came to Canada, I backpacked across Canada in 2007, and I had an amazing time, and I actually found a little shop that had Jodie's work. She had frogs. What one did I got? The loons for my mum, and frogs for me, and something else for me. Little magnets of her artwork, and I love her deck. So my Tarot Summer School course this year is Animal Magic and Tarot. So I've been working a lot with a lot of my animal decks. I love these little. I have a couple of these laminated to keep them, and I adore this deck. I think it's so beautiful. I have not done a unboxing of this video. It was one of these decks that I bought for myself, and I just, look at that, personal choices I'm talking about, the choice that I made not to unbox it. And I just kept it for myself. I just opened it, and I just decided that I was going to enjoy it. Raccoons are so cute. Raccoons are so cute, but they will bite you. And this is all the artwork, as you can see, it's very like the raven. All the artwork is very First Nation. I actually want to check something. I want to see, because like even the wheel, the back is so it has. So this is by US Game System. She lives in Washington, Bellingham. So yeah, that makes total sense because of the Northwest art, that style that she uses, and I absolutely adore her art. I think it has got such a beautiful. I'm sure these are watercolors. I can't even. So talented. You're going to see my artwork in a minute, and it's going to be like, ooh. Yes, Anthony, pat yourself on the back for being primary grade good at fucking artwork. Her artwork is so stunning. So I've been working a lot with this deck. I've been working with a lot of animal decks. The bee. My beautiful bee. So this is a stunner. I haven't, as I mentioned before, I have not done an unboxing of this video of this deck, but I highly recommend it if you love that art style and if you are into animal decks. I'm going to go through my animal deck collection, my tarot and oracle collection separately in one of the lectures in my course. I had to pull out a lot of boxes to get all of those. And then the last little one, I don't know where the Crow Tarot went. I wanted to bring that out. Is it in here? Let's give this a go. I might knock this over. This is happening live. Is it in here? No, where is it? I put the Crow Tarot away somewhere, and now I don't know what the blinking heck I've done with it. Because I wanted to oh, here it is. Look at that. Okay, so the Crow Tarot. That was another deck. It was in the space where most of my working decks are. This is another US Games Systems deck. And I did do an unboxing. Is it up yet? It might be up yet. It might not be up yet. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. This is such a beautiful deck. It was in my main cabinet. And I did have used it in Oracle Wednesday. It's beautifully done. It's a really, really lovely deck. So I've been working with this one for myself and with my animal work that I've been really focusing on over the last 3 months. Actually longer than that. I decided to do the Animal Magic course when I pretty much couldn't find someone to do it, so I was like, I'll do it myself. Really beautiful. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this deck, and This is the US Game Systems version. I didn't get the Kickstarter version of the deck. That's another deck that I have been really drawn to. Now my last deck, I actually had the Crow Tarot written first here, so I did want to show you that, is the Angels and F-Bombs deck by Andrew Barker. I just used this in Oracle Wednesday yesterday, so the unboxing is going to be coming up soon. I'm not going to go into this too much because I did do an unboxing and I just did show you it in Oracle Wednesday, but I really like it. I like anything with a little bit of sass. I'm looking forward to using this. I have the RuPaul's Drag Race. Why is it not here? Tarot deck on the way, and you know, things like the Rebel deck and my Bad Bitches Tarot is definitely going to, you know, feature, like, it's going to be fun to play with. I like anything sassy. Now, I guess this is like tarot deck-ish, but this is stunning. I did show this off for Oracle Wednesday, so I'm not going to go too much into that. I did get a question from someone saying, so is the Bad Bitches Tarot yours, and did Jamie create the tiles for you? Yes, the Bad Bitches Tarot is mine, and Jamie created these tiles for me as a gift. I have been like, and they're actually her one. Okay, so hate to break everyone's heart, but you can't have this. And I do not have them for sale with Jamie. This was a gift. If you want to get her Sawyer's tarot ones, she has them available on her Etsy. But the Bad Bitches one was made for me as, oh my God, she's just like the fucking sweetest. I can't even. That was made for me as a gift because she's just the most amazing person. And I'm going to get the bee. I'm going to get my bee, this bad boy, on my wrist, tattooed on my wrist next year. You watch. I've said that publicly now. I've said it to a few people, but I've said it on YouTube. So if I don't get it done, everyone's going to be like, you're a chicken. If you haven't seen my giveaway, I'm going to write that down. Giveaway in the notes, in the description. I'm only doing this now because if I don't, then I will forget. So I have a tarot giveaway at the moment that is up. You can enter it in. It's on across different social medias, but I will stick the link in the description below. There's like journals, like hundreds of planner and journal stickers. There's a Guild Tarot deck. There's pens. There's a pouch. So there's crystals. There's like a whole set. So make sure you go and enter into that if you want to win that bag of goodies. I'm going back to doing one every month. So I've got set packs set up for every month. So yeah, you have like 12 chances to win in a year. More fuel. Okay. So what else have I been up to? All right, so now I'm going to get into a little bit of more of the pop culture stuff. I'm just looking at my notes there. The first thing I want to talk about is, like, I don't know if I've talked about gaming quite a lot in passing, but I'm a big gamer. I love video games. I love the fact that they allow me to do role playing and play Skyrim and like fight dragons, and then go and play Mass Effect and be in space and play Dragon Age and be a mage. I mean, I already am a mage, but it's very different. So God of War was given to me by my son's father, who's a good friend of mine. We're not together, but we're still very, very good friends. We've been friends for like, I'm trying to think how many years now. It's like 12 plus years we've been friends. And he gave this to me for my birthday, I believe, after I inherited a PlayStation from my sister's husband. And it was so good. I'm sure I'm going to get some people like, yeah, I'm not a real gamer. Like, okay, first of all. Secondly, why I wanted to share this on this Witchy channel is I haven't played any other God of War games, but the first load of God of War games takes place in Greece, and what's his name again? Kratos is a Spartan who then is manipulated by Athena, who's my patron goddess, into killing, from what I could figure from Wikipedia, into killing Ares, the god of war, and he becomes a new god of war. There's a whole bunch of other stuff too, like he like accidentally kills his family and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so a whole bunch of stuff is set up in Greece, but this one, you start off in somewhere that is Norse. So you're in Scandinavia somewhere, and it is amazing. So all the Norse gods are in it. So we've got Balder, Freya, Odin, we've got Frigga, we've got all the Valkyries, there are dragons, there's the world, I can't pronounce the world snake's name, but the world snake is actually in it and you get to talk to. It's huge. It is so much fun. There's light elves and dark elves. You get to explore a bunch of stuff, and the mythology is really rad. You also have, there's your son in this, so it's a father and son sort of tale. I loved it. I had so much fun. The only thing I haven't freed all the Valkyries yet because they're really hard. I haven't done the final challenge for Surtur, the god of fire, the fire giant who's going to bring around Ragnarok. That's talked about. And I haven't freed all the dragons. I've only freed one, so I want to go back and finish it off. But if you are into gaming, you like mythology, because I'm a massive mythology nut, I loved this. So that's a game. I actually finished the whole thing in July, so that was done. Whoop, whoop, I was so happy. So movies, Spider-Man Far From Home, went and saw that with my sister. Really, really loved it. Very much this impact of like what happened after Endgame. I'm not going to talk about any spoilers, but I already knew some spoilers going into it, which I kind of wish I didn't know. But being a geek and reading comic books and, you know, following people like Kevin Smith for a long time, it's like, damn it, I already kind of knew some stuff that was going to happen. I didn't know some of it. I didn't wait till the very end either to see the extra ed credit scene. I know rookie error for someone who's seen every single Marvel movie, but there you have it. I really enjoyed it. I think Tom Holland is a really good Spider-Man. And if you have not seen him do the karaoke, what is it called? The sing-off one, you should go see it. He does Rihanna's Umbrella and it's amazing. Another thing, if you're on more of a serious note, if you like documentaries, there is a really good documentary on Amazon Prime called Generation Wealth. And this photographer, I can't remember her name, damn it, I should have written it down, but a photographer she took a bunch of photos of very influential, wealthy families and teenagers in California, and then she comes back and comes back and meets them all when they are older and talks about the repercussions of living in a sort of influential, very wealthy area. What has that done to your self-esteem? How's that changed you as a person? She talks to hedge fund managers, very, 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 like, I cannot even fathom kind of wealthy people, talking about, what social media does and how too much media coming in can be very detrimental to your like mental health, because it makes you feel like you need more. It's very, very fucking interesting. Something that I learned very, very early on in the game of my business, not in the game of my business, but when I was moving from going into maternity leave into full-time card slinging and building the Tarot Readers Academy and writing books and creating decks and fully being the witch that I am today, is that I had to really manage the amount of consumption versus creation. So if I was consuming too much media without creating, without writing, without painting, without doing a blog post, without doing a video, without creating something and putting something back out, I found that really A, impacted my mental health, and B, really impacted my business. And it was just something that I really need to be aware of all the time. So if you are someone who is building their business, who wants to be a tarot reader or wants to do something in the more metaphysical, magical world, I do recommend that you make sure you look at your consumption versus creation. And if you're consuming too much, if you're finding you're consuming too much, move away from the consumption and move into creation. So this month in the Awakened Soul Coven, we created prosperity altars, and this is mine. We worked with the goddess Lakshmi, this does light up and there are crystals in there. And we had this beautiful full moon of working with our abundance and prosperity. And everyone has been sharing their altars in their coven group, and it has been amazing. So I just wanted to show you a little of that little piece. And my Awakened Soul Coven is always open to new members if you want to get some structure and support and hang with me twice a month. And a bunch of really cool witches. The other cool thing that happened this month was I got to see and meet Bianca Del Rio, who is a very well-known winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6, probably my favorite top 3 of all time. Outside of the top 3 of Season 2 of All Stars. I think those were like immaculate tops. Immaculate tops. And she is so amazing. I got to see her show. I went with my sister. My sister and I love drag queens. I literally screamed in her face. I ran up to her and screamed in her face, and she screamed back, and it was everything. She was so nice, like so funny, so witty, so amazing, but so lovely. Like to me, like I was just like walked away from that feeling like a million stories high. She's just, and those legs, oh my God. And she's just amazing. So if you ever get to see Bianca Del Rio, if you ever get to meet her, I recommend it. So books, guess what, everybody? I finished a book. Whoop, whoop. So I remember how I said last month that I hadn't read any books in June. I read a book in July. So I finished Wanda Smith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. It is the second book in, this is the first, I love this cover. But when you get hardcovers when they first come out. I've got like all the hardcovers of all the Harry Potters. So this is the first one, Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. This is Wanda Smith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow. They are both awesome. If you like Harry Potter or anything remotely magical, you are going to love them. So good. Kellyanne Maddox actually just said in her update video for her depth year, she found that when she was getting a lot of books and buying a lot of things, the desire to read went down because of the stress of feeling as though you had to keep up with it. And I think that's what happened to me. I accumulated a lot around Christmas, and then I was just like, oh my gosh. But I'm now making my way through. I think one of the things that's really helping is the accountability of coming in over here, talking to you all and sharing with you some stuff and saying this is what I'm working on. I am still working on 78 Degrees of Wisdom. The thing is with me is that it takes me a long time to get through nonfiction books, especially about tarot, because often I'm really digesting what is said. I'm rereading this, so it's not new to me, but like I often get like inspired, and then I like get a journal and I start journaling about it, and then I've like, oh, I've only done 2 pages worth of reading, whereas fiction books I can kind of slam through a lot quicker. So I'm taking my sweet ass time with this book, but I'm still working my way through it. So I'm not going to pick another nonfiction book until I finish this. But other books, I started reading The Secret Runners of New York by Matthew Riley. One of my favorite, another Australian author, one of my favorite authors. Matthew Riley's books are kind of like Indiana Jones books, like if Indiana Jones were a book series and written originally for books. Ice Station with Scarecrow, I read everything that Matthew Riley has written, everything. I own all of them. I've met him. I want everything to be made into movies. I don't know why they're not. Jack West Jr. from the Seven Ancient Wonders. Oh my God, everything is amazing. Like, so well researched. It's got like mystical, magical, Indiana Jones kind of feel. This is about the Secret Runners in New York. I'm not going to give it away. I just picked it up pretty much the other day. It's still in July, and I'm making my way through it pretty quickly. I remember being on a plane once, traveling to Brisbane for work, and I read one of his books, like just like in that plane. Oh, just like you can't put his stuff down. It's so good. I love New York. New York was one of my favorite cities, and yeah. So basically the back says the windows on all the skyscrapers are smashed. No power, no lights, no people. If you like, I don't know, I recommend you just read one of his stuff. The Contest is great. What else would I recommend? Well, Contest is awesome. Scarecrow, like Ice Station is amazing. Temple, they're all great. I don't even know how to like. The Tournament, The Great Zoo of China. The Great Zoo of China is really good. I actually really want to read that again. Scarecrow and the Army of the Thieves made me cry. They're all so good, but The Great Zoo of China was really, really funny. Fun, not funny. If you like Jurassic Park, you'll love The Great Zoo of China. We're also reading The Women Who Run with Wolves as an activity on the Awaken Soul Coven Facebook group, the Outer Circle Facebook group. We're only up to page 25. We are really deep diving into this book. As a lot of people have this on their bookshelves. This is my second copy of this book. They have it on their bookshelves and they don't read it. So we're actually going through this book. Every page is a revelation. This book, I say it's like must read for those of you who are on the path of the wild woman, of the path of reclaiming, on the path of finding your authentic self, breaking away from any old ancestral cycles. If you are a witch, if you identify with any of those things, it's a must read. And one of the great things about breaking it down slowly is that you're not overwhelmed, but it is a classic for a good reason. Now, I picked another non-fiction book for me to read, another fiction book for myself to read, because I'm going to read The Secret Runners of New York very, very quickly. I picked up Tarot. This, again, I got it when it came out, and I know nothing about it. I don't want to know anything about it. I picked it up because it's called Tarot. That's how easy it is to get me to buy a book. Oh my gosh, I'm the kind of person that I can't walk into a secondhand bookstore and walk out empty-handed. It is insane. I have a problem. I have books everywhere. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy. So I'm going to read this one as well. So hopefully in August, when you come back, I will be able to talk a little bit about The Secret Runners of New York and Tarot. So basically, Morrigan Crow, just to give you a little bit of a review, because I did finish it, I said I would kind of give you a review. As I mentioned, if you like Harry Potter, you will really, really love the book. It follows, oh my gosh, my itchy nose. It follows the adventures of Morrigan Crow, who finds out she is a lot more than the cursed child that she has been brought up to believe that she is, and this world that she gets introduced to, very, again, like a little bit Harry Potter, this whole world that she had no idea about, but it's not mirroring the real world. This is a completely fantastical world that's been built. Everything in this world is new, and basically magic fun ensues. It's fabulous. It's just fabulous. But I don't want to give too much away. But if you do like Harry Potter, go for it. My last little thing that I wanted to share with you before I get to my art is music. So my music picks this month are all female. Well, The Regrets, I do have a lovely young gentleman in it. So The Regrets have a great song called Come Through. There's also Seashores, which is another really fun song. Swearing ensues, but it's very self-empowering. Like, yeah, The Regret, I'm going to put the video links to those songs because they're just fun. It's very empowering if you just like want to tell someone to go F off. It's pretty fabulous. And then Lennon Stella, who was in, what's that show called? Nashville. And I did like Nashville for a long time there, even though I'm not really into country music. But then it was like the same old drama, the same old thing. Here's the ring-a-ding-ding truth here, people. I cannot cope with the same format for like 20 years on a show. Like Suits was really, really good. I stopped watching when he went to jail. I was like, it's like highly over dramatic. It's the same formula. No one's talking to each other properly. Miscommunication, blah, blah, blah. It's like no one's learning anything, and it just does my nut in. I much prefer a show where people change and learn and grow, and they're not afraid to kind of do that. It's a bit different if it's like Friends or a sitcom that you put on just in the background. But if I'm going to invest in a show, like, yes, I guess you could say the same sort of thing happens in a lot of shows. But if you look at something that I've watched recently, Vikings is a show that I watched recently and was very invested in, and Game of Thrones. Change happened. It wasn't always the same thing. Yes, there were common themes, but shit went down. Like if you've watched Vikings, lots of different changes have happened. In Game of Thrones, lots of different things happen. And I like that. It's like, I don't want the same formulatic thing. It just becomes fucking boring. So that's why I stopped watching Nashville. But Lennon Stella has gone from like this plain, almost this plain Jane child to this Megan Fox looking, kind of Megan Fox, we say in Australia, looking girl. Her songs, Fortress and Feelings, are amazing. I'm going to put those down. They're like my theme songs. And then Freya Riding's Castles. I came across this on YouTube. It was just a recommendation. I clicked on it. Oh my gosh, her voice is everything. So those are my recommendations. Go listen to it if you want some new music in your ear holes. And now I'm going to show you a bit of my art. I have been playing around. As I mentioned, I've been doing some art for my animal magic course, and I've done some some time lapse of them. Oh my God, itchy nose. The whole point of these was not for it to be perfect. It was just to have fun. I just completed the bee 2 days ago. It's just to have fun. It's just to like experiment. And then I did this this mountainscape, and then I've been playing with little doodles, and I'm going to take this out because it's got a really pretty color. So I did this night sunset over the mountains watercolor. I watch a lot of tutorials on Instagram, TV, and YouTube. Like a lot. There's actually like several up in my... And then I did this little rise in which I've done little doodles, and I'm going to share. I'm not quite sure how to finish that one off. I might leave it as is. But yeah, I've been having fun with my art, and I just want to share and show you kind of like what I've been doing. I set up my... I'm going to put that down there. I set up my spare desk in my bedroom to be an art desk instead of just putting decks and books and just stuff on it. I took it all down. I cleansed through everything. I put everything away, and I turned it into an art desk, and it makes me so happy. And I've been creating a lot more ever since. So having a dedicated space to create has meant a lot to my sort of just my enjoyment. I find that if I'm not writing, if I'm not creating, it causes problems. it causes a lot of problems. But that is it's July, right? Yeah, that's my July overview. I hope you've enjoyed my ramblings. Next month, you're going to have to come back and see. I am going to be back to reading, so there's probably going to be more tarot and oracle cards to share with you, more decks to share with you in regards to what I've been working with. But this manuscript has taken... I'm always like, oh, I'm going to do it in like... I'm going to knock it out in like 3 months, and then 5, 6, 7 months later, I'm still working on it. Writing a book is hard. No one feels pity for me. I don't want the pity. It's just... it can be a slog. So if you're writing a book, or if you're doing a big project right now, my heart goes out to you. I know how much work you're putting into it. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Big love to you all, and I will see you soon.